Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Big Hitter Interviews. This one is with Phil. And before I kill your last name, I'm going to try it because I'm Canadian too. Kyprianou.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
on. That's
Awesome.
good.
Cool. Cool. We're not too far apart. I'm down in London. I know you're over in Montreal.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right on. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. How you been?
My pleasure. Yeah, been great. Really busy, but quite good. Quite good.
No doubt. Okay. Well, let's dive in here. We've got 10 questions for you, and then we can cover anything else we want as we go. And let's just enjoy this. My theory on these things and kind of my style is I don't like the 3 hour webinar type deal, so I set a goal of like 20 minutes for everything I do. That way we're quick and dirty and we just get in and out and everybody's happy. Because I know me personally, I can't sit through long stuff. I get too bored.
Yeah,
Even at movies sometimes, I'm like at the middle of the movie going, when's this thing over? So,
yeah.
so all right, so let's dive right in. So question one, for those that don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been at this, and what exactly you do online.
Yeah, sure. I've been in the internet business like probably for more than 14 years right now. I thought that it was 12 years, but finally, when I calculated the stuff, it was 14 years right now. Started in 2002, but really got in like in 2004 when I launched my first website, an internet online radio station that we had covering everything here around Montreal. And we got like at a certain point like 300,000 unique visitors per month, and it grew up like crazy organically. And we started really understanding what was going on in that sort of business, as well as advertising. And we digged into it like crazy for many years until Facebook came. And the whole thing changed with Facebook because we were pretty new to that type of platform, and a lot of people were living like traditional website and super main website, like the AOL at this time, or all this like platform that were giving news on a regular basis, and they were all going like to Facebook, and we're passing a lot of time on Facebook. So at a certain point, it hurts a lot of our business, and because everything like was monetized on impression, So you had like this much impression, you were paid like big money, but as soon as you get lower impression,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, you weren't getting this much money, and also like the big advertiser didn't want to come to you because you weren't delivering like enough for their brand. So
Mm-hmm.
we had to move out to another model, but with all the expertise and experience that we got, we started an agency, and from there we started selling like consultation and strategies, and basically went into lead generation and starting to do lead generation for mortgage company, insurance company, and until like this year, 2015, where I decided like to just focus on e-commerce and jump in full time on e-commerce. And yeah, this was briefly my journey into online.
Oh, very cool. So you've got me beat by 2 years then. If you started in 2002, I started in 2004. So
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're like um, the grandpas, I think.
almost. Yeah, exactly.
There's so
But
many young guys out there now that are just blowing the doors off thing. It's amazing.
yeah. Well,
So,
my first domain, I think if I remember, my first domain that I've registered, and I think I still have it. It's from 1995.
wow. Oh my
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
God.
yeah. So it's
That is
a long
awesome.
time.
If only we had a time machine and we could just go back and
Oh
register
my god.
Facebook.
Yeah, totally.
That would be very nice. So, okay, so question number two. This is one that everybody asks. I mean,
Yeah,
just ballpark, like what kind of numbers do you do monthly?
yeah. I'm in the six month numbers monthly.
Okay.
So yeah, we're generating a lot, and much more right now. Our goal in is like probably in the next like between 12 and 24 months to get into the seven numbers.
Oh boy.
With our strategy, I think we have a pretty strong strategy for our brand. My general brand, which is Goth Rider. but also for other website that we're running right now in multiple different niches. This year, we're aiming to have like 10 stores in the back burner just to generate as good money. And I mean, the main thing right now, especially when with all this with this stores and things like that, and also if you think like long term and exit strategy, you need to build like some sort of a sustainable brand that if you want to retire, I mean, you will be able like to sell because you're gonna get like so much value out of it. So I mean, this is really our main goal, but we're still like building stores, selling stuff around. Just to inject enough money to be a very good, renowned brand out there at a certain point,
Very nice. So that I noticed your hat too. Is that from the new? Is this a new brand, Goth Rider?
Yeah, Goth Rider. Yeah, I mean we launched back in October, and I mean it took us like probably 3-4 months like to get into the 6 numbers only with that brand. So it went like very, very hard, very viral. Got like very good reviews right now. People love the stuff, that's for sure. And we're jumping because right now we were sourcing a lot of stuff from China, like everybody. And right now we are more into creating our own stuff. We're building our own jewelry, handcrafted jewelry. And made in Montreal as well. I mean, nothing is going to be made in China. Everything that is going to wear our name is going to be made in Montreal, especially into jewelry. And apparel is going to be probably United States and Canada as well. We want to move away, especially for this brand and probably for upcoming brand. We want to move away from doing business with China. The reason why is quality control, customer experience, and also perceived value of the product. These are few things that are very important for people when they're buying stuff, and especially we want to hold the hands of our customers for a long time.
Very cool, very cool. And that's motorcycles, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. And I'm very bold about that. A lot of people told me, why are you showing your brands? We want to keep everybody's keeping their secrets and things like that. I mean, no, guys, if you want to go out there, you need to show what you're doing. You need to show your brand. You need to show how strong you're going to be because, I mean, nobody out there, I mean, like Gucci or whatever, if they were staying like this, hiding in their things, I mean, they wouldn't be like big as they are right now, because they've done a lot of work. All the big brands is like that. You have to go out there to show what you're doing. And if you're the spokesman right now, I'm the spokesman of this brand, but probably it's going to be someone else at a certain point. But you need to talk about it as loud as you can because it's part of the branding thing.
That's a great point. Because I think a lot of us are so scared to show our stuff because we don't want to get ripped off and we don't want to get copied. But you're absolutely right about Gucci and all these big brands, like even Under Armour and well, Harley Davidson. Like, come on.
Harley Davidson, exactly. And the reason why they want, I mean, most of the people are scared is because they don't have proprietary products to them.
Yeah.
So they're selling exactly the same stuff that everybody's selling, and I'm selling also right now the same stuff. But I mean, I'm building something that is much more important than the simple rings that everybody has access or T-shirts or everything like that. I'm building a brand, and this is much more important and valuable. And this is as to what comes first and the customer experience related to that as well. And after that, at the point that we are, like I was saying, we have enough money now to create our own products that we're going to own these products, the license, the trademarks, the IP, everything related to that. So if someone wants to copy us, I mean, go for it, but I'm going to be out there waiting for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to get my rights on what you've done.
I love it. So I think I already know the answer to this one, but do you have a team working with you? And just tell us a bit about them and what they do.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much right now the team is very small. We had 2 designers. Sadly, I had to lay them off, and I'm gonna explain why after. And I have like 2 full-time support and a guy that is helping as well on adding products online and all this kind of stuff. and I have a guy now that works for the adding the stores on, preparing the stores and everything. And the rest, I mean, all the ads and all this kind of things, I'm doing that myself. I'm looking for an operation manager right now to add in my team because I mean, there's so much I'm doing, so I need to give that. The reason why I was saying why I was I put out like I removed my 2 designers because they were part-time, and part-time designer or part-time employees at a certain point can't work, okay? Because you need some sustainability, you need some dedications, you need also all the creative parts. When you're hiring someone, it needs to leave to live your brand, to live your philosophy 100%, and you cannot work on other stuff. One thing that I've learned from working with designers is that the reliability is not very good, because most of the time, even if they tell you that they're working for you only, they're probably getting other job on the sides, So you need really to make that a strong statement when you're hiring like these people, especially these people, because also they are artists, and this is a particularity about them. So if you're able like to hire someone that is top-notch A-player, you're gonna pay for it, that's for sure. But if they're dedicated and they love what you're doing, they will give you so much value that as an entrepreneur and as, let's say, a marketer, you will be able to leverage that easily 10 times what they're doing for you. So it's one thing that I've told to myself like this year is like the key person that I'm gonna have into my business will be full-time, and if I'm not able to get them full-time, I will not hire them at all.
Very good.
So this is the real thing right now about that part.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. If you can get them full-time, then they're committed to you, and you're going to get better results. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So here's a question. Somebody actually sent me this one to ask, and I thought it was a good one. But how would someone go from nothing to $100 per day to $1,000 per day to like 10,000 plus per day?
I mean, it's a number game, or game number. I don't always say that, but I mean, it's really much money in, money out, and testing as well. As soon as you understand more your market, you're going to be able also to have like the numbers that goes with it. So let's say that that basically each time that you put $1 into your business, it brings you $3. I mean, it's very simple. So if you want to get like to $10,000 per day, you're going to need to inject probably like between $3,000 to $5,000 in ad spend, let's say, So there are correlated stuff like that, and especially with this type of business, and especially again with Facebook in ads, you can see like if you know enough your audience and how to scale properly, scaling from $100 to $1,000 per day is pretty much the same thing, $1,000 to $10,000 per day. And also at a certain point when you're going to do like, let's say, $100,000 per day, I mean, it's going to be, again, the same math at the end, and you're going to even have more power, because more money you put, more also organic stuff you're going to get from Facebook. And this is the beauty of it, So more money you put, like Facebook is going to reward you at a certain point, So getting $100 per day when you start, I mean, it's the basic stuff. I mean, I would say like, someone wanted to start and doing like let's say like $10,000 per month. The idea is to break that down in how many days they can reach that, and to do some math around it, and to say, okay, so it's about like $300 per day in revenue. So I need to put like, let's say between 50 and $100 in ads per day, and I'm converting products. This should do the numbers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I say, one thing also that you have to understand is the revenues versus the net at the point, So this is this is more complex. I will not enter into that, because there's a lot of things, related, like especially when people say, oh, I made like 100K this month, and I mean, this is not the money that is left in your pocket, So the question now, if you want to think about, let's say, your salary and net dollars that you want to get into your pocket at the end of the month, it's how much money you need to generate in revenues to get this sort of money in your pocket,
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
again, this takes time, calculation. You need to be patient. And I mean, to arrive at this point, one thing I will say that is very important: don't get distracted by all the print screen out there. This is the worst thing that can happen to you, because distraction in this print screen of numbers is not really a reality of what really happens, what really is happening behind the scene. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing is you have to do it slowly but surely, and it's always this way I've done things. I never like scale like crazy because I want to get to this number. No, I've went like step by step, understanding my numbers. This is very, very, very important. Then after that, you scale it more, and at a certain point, you're gonna get the money to pay your bills, and you're gonna at the other point, you're gonna make it as a business as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and don't get distracted by these big numbers, by these people that are trying also to sell you other stuff there. I mean, these numbers are not the reality, and each of you have different goals, and you have to build on your personal goal instead of trying to copy or build on other one goals, that are not the same than you.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important thing there is to understand exactly what you're building, and to know your numbers, and be passionate. Very, very, very important about that.
Totally agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, the patience and the budget thing is something that people forget about. And the screenshots you mentioned too, you always see the revenue, but you never see the cost for the ads or the cost for the product or, anything else with those. So they're kind of deceptive. They're nice to look at, but yeah, they can distract you easily. So, so you're an ads guy, I'm an ads guy. So what is your favorite type of ad to run and why?
Okay, there's two things right now in ads. So let's say that I'm going to go like first like that. If you're going after a new market, you don't know this market at all, you have a very new fan page. I mean, my favorite ad to test the market will be a PP, post per engagement, because you want to see like how people react to the ads, to the products, and to, let's say, your brand or the niche. Okay. Now, if you know the market now, pretty well, you have a very good pages, let's say with more than 20,000 people inside, pretty good engagement each time you post something, good comments. I'm gonna jump on WC Ads website to conversion, and normally I'm gonna optimize it right away for add to cart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you like the different reason, and I'm gonna add like another layer on that. So, like I've explained, like the PP is pretty straightforward. Building engagement, understanding your audience, building data around your pixel. This is one thing. Now, if you have like a niche that is already existing, you have already good results in that, WC ads, add to cart. The reason why we optimize on add to cart is because we optimize on an intent of buying. The other reason is that Facebook wants 25 conversions per ad set per day to be able to optimize the action and give you more for your buck. Okay. Now, if you were optimizing for purchase, you might not do 25 conversions per day, which means you're going to ask Facebook to work more, and it's going to try to optimize, but it doesn't have to, it won't have the data that will be able like to get you the returns. So it might cost you much more money, and this will be, I mean, the reverse side. Instead of helping you, is going to work against you. So, and once you have like 25 conversions per day on a very sustainable product, I mean, you can turn it into the purchase optimization, and you will be able like to scale it like crazy. I mean, I have some ad set easily that can run, only the ad set can run like above $1,000 per day, because I have a lot of sustainability, and it's really there. I mean, it's really there. Now, the thing that we haven't talked is the click to website. A lot of people neglecting. I think is that click to website, and this is wrong. I will tell you the reason why is. Click to website are really based on CPM also, and on sustainability in terms of pricing. They are straightforward because when you click on the image, it's bringing you now on your website. The other thing is, since Facebook made changes in the way they were clicking and optimizing the clicks, you won't have like this sort of problems when you have lows in terms of spending or returns. Because like, let's say website to conversion is really, really, really sensible to the pixel, to the numbers of fires that you have on your pixel. Click to websites is only sensible to the people that are clicking. And since people are clicking much more than acting in terms of an events, of a conversions events, it's going to be much more sustainable. Now, the problem with that is the image size. The image size is smaller and doesn't get the attention that a normal photo post would do, you know. And this is why, like, most of the time we aim to do website to conversions, because we prefer to use the big photo post image. But one thing that I can tell you, if you find that the products is getting like lower impact for any reason on a website to conversion, I would say like create another campaign, click to website, and try to make it work. As an example, at the end, let's say between like December 22nd and half of January, Facebook made a lot of changes. We had a lot of problems into the conversion. So we decided that all our ads were going to go to CTW. And by doing that, it saved us all the money we would have lost if we were going to go only on WC. Because it was much more predictable, and it was very stable in terms of an ads. So it's why, like CTW, you have always to think as to keep in your pocket as the second solution if something goes wrong.
That's awesome. So yeah, so you're saying too, like, if you try and jump in with WC ads too quick, then you're probably going to fail because you don't have 25 fires on the pixel. Like, say you're optimizing for purchase.
Yeah.
Most people out there are not selling 25 units a day of,
No.
you know, so you're just wasting money. And you're absolutely right. So you can start it, like you said, use the PPE to gauge the reaction, go to click to website to actually build up your conversions and your add to carts, and then once you're at that stage, like, it's all stages, right? And I think that's what people can't accept. They just want to, you know, what's the best kind, period. And it's like, well, it depends. And yeah, I love that. That very well explained. Better than, you actually gave me a couple ideas too. I'm going to go launch
I made a video on that that is available on my group. Okay. And I think on YouTube it's called Facebook Ads the Right Way, something like that.
Okay.
And all these stages are explained. And I mean, I've recorded that like probably back in October or November. And I mean, the philosophy behind that didn't change at all. You know, it's always the same strategy. And even like with most of people that I've talked, I mean, like you or other people that are really hands on their ads, they're following a very similar model.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool. I'm very similar to what you just described too, so I love it. Okay, moving on. Next question. This is something where people get stuck. But how many products are you launching weekly, approximately? Like, tell us about how you launch and test them.
Yeah. I mean, the truth is I don't launch enough product per week. I should do more. But one thing I mean, you should probably. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I've changed like probably that as a different strategies many times. Talking about that also many times differently. But I will say like a rule of thumb is to launch 3 products per week at least. Okay. The reason why you don't want to launch like too much, and some people are going to launch, especially in the same niche, like 10 products per day in the same niche, you're gonna saturate the reach that you can get for a single product that can be a killer, you know? So sometimes people will take very fast decision on a product that it can work, let's say a week. But on the other hand, like, because they're launching a lot of some people won't get the reach that they should get, and these products can be there for months selling, you know? I have like watches, rings that have been selling for the past 6 months nonstop, almost exactly the same numbers, per day. So by launching too much, you can miss out this opportunities. Now the thing you have to look at when you're launching is why also I'm launching like three per week, because I can put enough attention to this product and see how they can be scalable and how I can bring them into really recurrent revenues on a daily basis, and where I can forecast their sales for the next 3 months, 6 months, a year ahead,
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
And when you're launching like too much, it's difficult because it's really like the kill fast and scale fast approach, which is great in certain niche, but like in other niche, I mean, you need to give time, especially I would say with jewelry. T-shirt, probably that you can have this approach, but jewelry, it's totally another philosophy out there. It's not the same behaviors you're gonna get from the people. How they gonna get like jewelry. It's really there's a real connection with the product and the people. T-shirt, there's connection to a certain end. It's very limited in terms of time. Jewelry, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're buying, they fell in love, but they also fell in love for life probably with it. A T-shirt, they know they're gonna wear it like probably for the next month, and after that, it's just this flavor of the month. So it's more as a trend thing. So what I would say is, like, instead of launching like 10,000 products per week, I mean, do like probably 3-10 products. Focus on that. Understand, build your audience, build your understanding of products, of behaviors, and try to find products that you can sell not for a few days, not for 7 days like T-shirt on T-shirt platform.
Mm-hmm.
Think about selling them for months,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love
and
it.
build layers of products. This is another thing, building layers of products. And sorry, Will, I'm gonna add like few more minutes to that. But building layers of product, it means that have a ring that is sustainable, have a bracelet that is sustainable, have another thing that is sustainable, that that you can bring that to a long time.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna help you so much to scale your business at another level.
Excellent advice. Very, very good. Okay, so here we're getting near the end, but
Yeah,
so just why do you think people struggle to make money online?
patience.
Yeah.
I mean, probably one thing that is not told enough, like by the coaches and people out there. I mean, there's two things. First of all, when you're doing this business, you need some money in advance. If you have a job, perfect. You're gonna need to use this money from the job to invest, to understand, and the other thing is patient, because I mean, before understanding all this thing, I mean, you have to understand that I've been doing internet marketing for a long time, but e-commerce and managing my own money was something totally different, and it took me like probably a year and a half to be able to understand everything related to that. So I made money during that time. I spent a lot of money also for my own learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think you're going to jump into this e-commerce business and the next day you're going to do $10,000 per day, sorry, but this is not the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You will need to make a lot of trial, test, error. And if you get lucky, I mean, this is going to be the cherry at the top. I mean, this is going to be your bonus. You get lucky, this is extra money that you were not supposed to get, and you have that. So, I mean, and the best thing about that is keep that. I mean, keep that aside, because you're going to need it like at a certain point as well to continue to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So best thing is to stay focused, remove all distraction, surround yourself with people that have experience that can give you help on that, and just keep the focus. Yeah, that's
Yep.
pretty much it.
Absolutely. Yeah, patience is key, definitely.
Yeah, really.
So getting to question 9, what are 3 traits that you see in all successful people?
I will say dedication. They are not afraid of failure as well, and they have vision.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Vision is key.
Vision is key.
It's funny because my people that I talk to, that they're like, "What do you do?" And I try and explain it, and it's like, now it's easy because you can say, "Oh, I do e-commerce," and then they kind of get that, but you can see them just going, "Wait a minute, you don't get a paycheck. You don't know what you're going to make every day. You don't know how much you're going to make every month. How do you do that? Like, how do you budget? How do you save?" And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I know money's going to come in. I don't know how much, but I think one of the traits is like risks. Like, you have to be willing to take a risk too, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
we're all risk takers, and but we're betting on ourselves. So it's just funny that the different traits that you see in not necessarily successful or unsuccessful, but the online people and the entrepreneurs, and we're all different, but I think we're all the same in a lot of ways too. So
Yeah, exactly. It's like a gift. People say we are born entrepreneurs, and the reason why is because we gonna always find a way. We are enough creative to find always a way to make money in a certain point.
hmm
So if today this is the trend and we love it, we're gonna jump on it. We're gonna make money from it. And if tomorrow is something else, we're gonna find out another way to make money from it. We're enough creative to do that and to understand how it is working in the back end to make things happen. We are action takers. And I think this is the biggest difference.
Excellent. Okay, and finally, question 10. What advice would you like to offer to people who want to do what you do at your level?
So, what advice would you like to offer to people who want to do what you want to do? This is a tricky question.
Or even like couple tips, like a tip or two for people to get going and
Yeah,
becomes. I know we've covered a lot already, but
yeah, yeah. First of all, I will say that get a feeling of what it is selling online. Let's say, whatever digital product or physical product. If you're doing like the physical product, get an easy entry just to understand the feeling and how it is working, playing with the ads, get comfortable at a certain point with it. And after that, I would say for sure get surrounded.
hmm
Go into the groups. If you're part of a mastermind, get into the mastermind, or just find someone else that is probably a bit more advanced than you, but where you can exchange IDs on a regular basis, like daily basis or weekly basis, just to keep you on the road. And also, one thing that is very important is to be accountable to someone. I would
hmm
say if you have someone else where you're working and you can be accountable to, this gonna help you like crazy to leverage all your efforts right now, because being accountable, and I found that also lately, sadly, but really this is a game changer. It can be like if you're going into fitness, or you want to get trained, or you want like to have a healthier life, eat better, or anything like that. Try to get with someone that you're accountable to. This is gonna help you grow faster at any stage
hmm
of where you're at right now. I would say this is one of the most important thing. I think that changed also myself like recently, because you're gonna be forced to deliver, and this is what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Accountability is key. Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Great advice. Okay. So we're done our 10 questions, but is there anything else you wanted to add? Did we miss anything? Events you have
Um,
coming up, courses,
I mean,
products?
Yeah, like the thing that is coming up on my side is the I Am Summer Camp. If you haven't heard about it, it's a 4 days event where you have 2 days of keynotes, 1 day of workshop, and 1 day of mastermind hot seats. The good thing about that, and I'm really focused about that, is it's all pure value what we're going to give you during this 4 days. During the 2 days, we have very great speakers on keynotes. We have Ezra Firestone, which is a top guy in the e-commerce industry. We have Donald Wilson, also from Gear Bubble, which has been like one of my mentor as well, and has been like one of the guy that changed the whole internet marketing for the past 2 years as well. So he has a lot to teach us. Also, we have Tanner Larson also that is known as an internet marketer, but much more now in e-commerce. This guy is from, if you have been to his event like in the past, Build Grow Scale, he changed also a lot of people's life. We have a bunch of other people, Matt Stefanik, Susan Bradley. We have Rob Lane from Rare.io. So we have people from different spheres out there in the internet marketing world, e-commerce world, that will be there where you're going to be able to reach you, ask them questions. It's going to be a very small group. We aim like around like 80 people maximum there because we want to make it so close that you feel that you're part of these people and you can create like nice networking, connection, friendship. This is really what it is about. We don't really like super big events where you cannot meet anybody and finally, you get like the information from there. But what we want is really to build like the network and build people very tight into that. As well, we have the workshop. The workshop is going to be actionables. That all these people that will be there will be able like to give you, and you're going to be able like to do that right now or when you go back at home. And finally, I mean, the last day is the mastermind hot seats where we're going to take your strength, your weakness, your goals, and everything to help you to bring your business to another level. And there's no upsell, no bullshit. This is not a pitch fest. This is pure content, really almost like taking you by the hands and helping you to get to the next step. So if you want to have more information, the website address is imsummercamp.com. And you're gonna have like all the information, why to attend, what kind of information we're gonna bring you during this 4 days, and all this kind of stuff.
Very cool. Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. I'm gonna try and make it to that, but like I told you, I got 4 kids here, and it's
yeah, I can understand.
Getting away from 4 days it's a stretch in the summer. But it sounds awesome. It sounds like a great opportunity, and you're right. The smaller ones are probably a little better because you actually get to connect with people and chat with people, and instead of like 1,000 people, there's like 100 or 80, and it's a little better. So
yeah,
I love it. I love it. Well, I'll tell you what. Thank you very much, Phil. I appreciate your time. Appreciate your input. Thank you for taking your time with us today. We went a little bit over my 20 minutes, but that's okay because we got a ton of awesome information, and it was a pleasure chatting with you. Just before we go, was there anything else you wanted to add, or are we good?
No, thank you very much as well, Will. I really appreciate that as well. So thank you very much, and I wish you a very nice day.
You too. And everybody check out imsummercamp.com and go there 4 days, and Phil will buy you a beer.
Yeah.
All right, man. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
See you later.
Ciao.